CE Law. I'm attorney Eric Doroshow. Let's welcome our special guest this evening, Jessica Welsh. Jessica, good evening.
Good evening.
And welcome.
Thank you.
Jessica, we're going to talk tonight about workers' compensation, and I know that you have seen a number of these kinds of clients and cases through the years. So let's assume a typical client has been hurt in a workers' comp case and walks into your office on Kirkwood Highway one afternoon and says, "What are my rights and what can I do because the insurance company is not paying my bills?"
I think the most important thing for everyone to understand is what you're entitled to under workers' comp, because it's a specific type of area and what you're entitled to is very limited by the statute. There are basically 4 benefits when someone comes in that I tell them they're entitled to depending upon their type of case. The first is wage benefits. If they're totally disabled by a doctor because of this injury, they're entitled to 2/3 of their gross wages for any time period they're disabled by a doctor. Now, what's important in this is, one, you have to have a disability note from your treating doctor. You have to have that to show why you're out. The second part is that I have to be able to show what your wages are. And so people don't often save their pay stubs, and that's very important, especially with this new law that is passed. Your average weekly wage is based on 26 weeks of your prior earnings, and so you need to have those pay stubs to do the calculation. If you've worked for less than that, you still need as much as possible in order to do the calculation. This is very important because, as you know, every benefit you get in comp is based on what you were earning at the time of your injury. So being able to document and have that wage rate being as high as possible is very important.
So if someone goes to see their doctor and they can't work, but the doctor says, okay, you can stay home, are you saying it's important then that they get something in writing from the doctor?
Yes, it is absolutely crucial that they obtain that disability note showing that, to provide not only to their employer to help that relationship, but also to provide to the insurance company so you have documentation. If you have a situation where the employer or the carrier is denying that this injury happened or the period of time they were out of work, and if I had to file what's called a petition to determine compensation due, I would need that note in order to establish what type of wages they were entitled to.
What about the situation where a client comes in and says, I'm getting my wage benefit from the insurance company, they're paying me? Is that something that the employee can rely on, or is it something that can actually be subject to interpretation and review?
Well, having them pay wage benefits to the comp carrier is certainly helpful in the matter in showing that they've accepted the claim, but you are looking for a specific document that's called an agreement as to compensation. That is what actually indicates to me that the carrier has accepted this claim as being compensable. But it's also very important because on there, maybe they have the back on there, but they don't have the neck, and both parts of the body